Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 6th of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. As ever, I'm going to give you the standout features to look out for, and of course there are two massive ones this week with Saturn's arrival in the sign of Pisces. But please stay with me because I will dive deep to give you each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces in forensic detail. But this introduction gives you a perspective of what we're collectively going to experience this week. And of course, the standout is the arrival of Saturn in Pisces. But this coincides with the full moon in the sign of Virgo. Each year, the Virgo full moon asks us to balance the more perceptive, emotional and spiritual dimension of the sun in the sign of Pisces with the more practical and physical plane of Virgo. So if we're investing too much time and energy in really speculating about what we would like, Pisces, but not taking the action to go through the processes, Virgo, then that is going to create a degree of inertia. So getting an attunement between the physical and the spiritual planes is the key to the next 2 weeks. But Mars is pretty close to a T-square between the 2 points. So I think it's possible that some secrets and information can spill out into the open and in quite an abrasive way. Mars, of course, is a very impatient influence, particularly in the sign of Gemini, which is to do with words, messages, communication. So Pisces being in the 12th house is more to do with secrets. So anything to do with work or health, I feel that there will be information coming into the public domain over the next 2 weeks that could cause some shocks. But also, Uranus is in the mix on this particular full moon, encouraging us to look at things in a fresh and different way. And in fact, later this week, it's Mercury's turn in the sign of Pisces to link in a very productive way with Uranus. So if we use the energy of Pisces to listen to our intuition, but take action in a more grounded, earthy way through the guise of the moon in Virgo or Uranus in Taurus, that's how we're going to make the most of this week. Now, if you're a returning viewer to my channel, thank you so much for joining me once more. If you're new here, it's great to have you with us. Please comment and interact. I do interact with all comments that are made. This is very much a community, and please like and subscribe. So Cancer, your week commencing the 6th of March forecast suggests there's going to be some important conversations this week. With Saturn moving into your 9th house, your knowledge base is something which I would say could well grow over the next couple of years. Even if you're an academic, an intellectual, you may surprise yourself by some of the ideas that develop in your thinking during that time. But if you're someone who's always thought that, well, when I was younger, I wasn't able to go to college or to university, circumstances didn't allow it, Saturn gives you an opportunity to actually see what you can do through this next 2.25 years initially. Now, of course, Saturn can be resisting. So if you're wanting to travel, change up your life, be more spontaneous, it may seem that obstacles come along. But the full moon, which occurs this week, creates a lot of dialogue. But I feel in a more challenging way, it could see some sensitive energies from the past erupt into the open. Even if you're someone who doesn't readily show your feelings, which can often be true of Cancer people, can often more likely withdraw rather than demonstrate verbally how you think and feel about things, Mars could provoke you to actually speak your mind. Uranus in the mix too. That's in a great link with the Sun, as is Mercury later this week. And the position of Uranus is in the part of your situation to do with the future. So the sector where Saturn arrives along with the Sun and Neptune, that's all about expansion, adventure, independence, knowledge, travel. But Saturn will test you to achieve those things. But it's Mars, I feel, that is the aggravating influence this week. And it is in a square with Neptune, repeating the influence that dominated across October, November, and the first week of December. So if you have got some sensitivities, they can just seem to be turned up. The dial can be right up in terms of the sense of them, which can be a little bit uncomfortable. But perhaps the good part of it is that it could bring into the open something that does really need to be expressed, and that actually can have quite a radical impact on your emotional health if you do let something go without fear of what someone else is going to think or how they may judge you.